Yes, the change from 1988 to 90. By 1988, the government had realized that the development of tribal people could not be thought of without giving them any rights over forest. They understood that the protection of forest was impossible without the active role of tribals. The National Forest Policy 1988 declared that the primary task should be to associate the tribal people with the protection, regeneration and development of forest. It also wanted to provide grateful employment to the people living in and around the forest. The government sought to involve the village communities living close to the forest in their protection and development of the degraded land. It also prescribed the right of use to village communities to meet their requirements of forest produce and active participation in afforestation programs. This was the beginning of an active cooperation between the forest, village communities and the forest department for the revival, restoration and development of degraded forest. Under the new policy, the forest department and local communities are expected to collaborate in regenerating degraded forest. Planting trees. The communities are allowed to use the grass and other minor forest produce. So in this program, the Telangana was renamed as Community Forest Management CFM program. While this program helped to bring together the forest department and the local communities, it only forced the tribal people to give up their earlier Podu lands for forest regeneration. During the same time, several tiger sanctuaries were established in the forest to protect wildlife. So this is what all the things were changed from the year 88 to 90. And the last one is the Forest Right Act 2006. The tribal people had been protesting and fighting against these new policy activities. Their cause was taken up by many non-governmental agencies, which built a national campaign for tribal rights over forest. After prolonged debate, the Parliament passed the Forest Rights Act in 2006. For the first time, it was accepted that during the last 200 years, gross injustice had been done to tribal people and others by denying them traditional rights over the forest which actually belonged to them. It also recognized that it was impossible to preserve the forest without restoring the rights of their tribes, etc. The Act gave three main reasons for passing the new law. That is, first, to conserve the forest and at the same time ensure livelihood and food security of the forest dwellers. Second act is the forest rights on ancestral lands and their habitat were not adequately recognized during the colonial period well as in independent India. This resulted in historical injustice to the forest dwellers, who are integral to the very survival and sustainability of the forest. And third one is, it has become necessary to address the long-standing insecurity of land right and access rights of forest dwellers, including those who were forced to relocate their dwelling due to state development inventions like dams or tiger reserves. You can see the pictures here. Once upon a time, hunting lived among us. Then they began to fence us out. Then after that, They began building cities and more villages, and now finally they have left no forest uncut and still saved reserved forest. And at last, do you think animals feel protected from humans? Have you heard about protected forest? Okay, the act confers on forest dwellers and other traditional users of forest their traditional rights over the forest and also entitlement to the lands they use. If implemented properly, this act can be used to undo the wrongs done to the tribal people over the generations. So many people who are associated with the conservation of forest fear that this act may cause further deforestation as the people may try to make use of forest for commercial purpose rather than for traditional domestic purpose. So people are scared of that, whether if there is a deforestation and the people they use this for their commercial purpose instead of their traditional purpose. On the other hand, some others feel that by making the forest dwellers who have been traditionally taking care of the forest the main protectors, we will be able to save the forest better. So you have to protect the forest. It is everyone's right to protect the forest. So write all the question answers and try to understand the provisions of the Forest Right Act with the help of your teacher. So you will have to read this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points were given. Read this points, children. And attempt all the question answers, children. Read the lesson and write the question answers. So read out the lesson twice and then write the answers by your own by using the textbook. If you are not able to write, then you can use the workbook. Take some important points from the workbooks and create your own answer. Okay, children? So write the question answers in your class workbook and send it to the school mail ID. That is myschoolmyhomework@gmail.com. We will meet you in the next class. Complete the work and send it to me, children, as soon as possible. Okay? Till then, take care, children. We will meet you in the next class. Bye.